in Dallas today for that big game, but he's dealing with a new controversy. Peterson told Bleacher Report that he used a belt to discipline his son recently. He was suspended in 2014 after being charged with felony child abuse. Peterson's agent released a statement yesterday saying there is nothing more important to Adrian than being a good father. Adrian learned several valuable lessons 4 years ago. All right, this is just coming out, Shannon, but what is your reaction?
Well, to counter that agent's argument, it sure doesn't seem like Adrian learned a valuable lesson. What I don't get, Skip, is why would he say this? Considering in 2014, not only did he almost lose his NFL career, he almost lost some of his freedom for an extended period of time.
That is correct. He was very fortunate to get out. I mean, because he was initially charged with felony child abuse.
Right. And so, Skip, for me, why would you volunteer this information? Why would you? This is not something to be proud of. Oh, yeah, I still discipline mine. It's almost like he lacks awareness. I don't think he gets the gravity because, and I get it, Skip. I grew up in the, I'm born in the late 60s. I grew up in the 70s and 80s in rural South, and my grandparents believed in corporal punishment. They believed in discipline.
So did my father.
But here's the thing, Skip. As I became a father, I realized the way that I was disciplined. I'm going to jail if I discipline my kids like this. So you have to alter the way you discipline your kids.
There's new enlightenment.
Yes.
There are laws and there are limits.
Yes. So the law said, Adrian, what you did was wrong. I get how you was raised. I get what your father and maybe your mom, how you were disciplined. But you can't, times are different now. There's a lot of things that were done in the past, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, even as recently the 2000s. But it's unacceptable now. And I just don't get why he would volunteer this information, Jenny. It's almost like, I'm still doing it. I do whatever. This is not something to be proud of. Look, some people will say, well, Shannon, look, you have to discipline some kids, and I get it. But discipline is one thing. When you leave marks and welts on your kid, that's child abuse. That was child abuse then. But it wasn't looked at that. It looked at hard punishment. It was looked at discipline. But I just, and for me, I'm like, Adrian, do you realize what happened just 4 years? Your agent said just 4 years ago. So you could have lost so much. It could have been a situation now. NFL might look into this, but I tell you who else is going to look into it? CPS, Child Protective Service.
They will.
They're going to look into it.
I agree.
They're going to be like, well, clearly you didn't learn your lesson, bro. And for, I still discipline. I mean, like he's proud of that. That's nothing to be proud of, Adrian. And you should have just kept that between you. Look, I don't, Skip, I'm out of the parenting business, especially telling someone how to do what you do with their kids.
I'm with you on that.
But come on, bro. You should have never volunteered that information.
So why was Adrian Peterson suspended for 15 games by Roger Goodell the first time around? Because he showed absolutely no contrition or remorse for what had happened. And again, the sentence got reduced. He pled no contest to misdemeanor reckless assault. And he was, he had to undergo, 80 hours of community service. He was fined $4,000.
He had to go counseling, too.
I don't think there was any I couldn't find any, but maybe you're right about that. I'm not sure. But anyway, he was fortunate to get out from under that the way he did. But he missed 15 NFL games. And as you point out, his career was teetering. And I'm going to guess that Jenny, being the Vikings fan that she has been throughout her life, she probably lost a lot of love for Adrian Peterson. Am I right about that? It was
shocking.
Didn't a lot of fans lose a lot of love for him? Were some just out completely?
Many were. And it's taken a while, and I think you'd ask them to this day, and they would feel the same way.
They would feel the same way. So it kind of went away, and he's had a little bit of a resurgence in his career this year. Because he's 7th in the NFL in rushing yards, which shocks me. I didn't think he could quite do that.
Because didn't he come back after that season, Skip, and rush for like he led the league in rushing close in 2015 after being out.
But he struggled, and he got dumped by New Orleans, wound up, got dumped by Arizona. But this is a rebirth for him in Washington. And by the way, as beat up as they are, they're still in first place. He is the lead running back for a first-place team, right?
Yes.
And then why would you publicly acknowledge this? Even though your brazen pride kicks in and you say, I'm not going to change one bit, because as he pointed out in the article, he believes that corporal punishment made him the man that he is, so that's how he's going to discipline his kids. And in this certain incident, and we don't know exactly what happened in the end here, but he said that on 3 previous chances that he gave his son to right whatever wrong he had committed, that he did not comply. And so it took to the 4th time for him to resort to using a belt.
I think what Adrian needs to change is his parenting method. Okay. Because if you got to go 3, 4, 5, even after you're doing the discipline that you're doing, something is not resonating with your child. Okay. So maybe you need to readjust how you're parenting.
You well could be right, but he reiterates in the article, just to be fair to Adrian on this, but he said, my kids love me, my kids enjoy being around me. I don't know, because we're not there, and we don't know what exactly he did with his belt. So we're not trying to charge or convict him here of the latest incident, but Child Services is going to be intrigued here. They're going to want to know what's...
You know, Skip, when I grew up, my grandfather had, he's like, the first time it's thunder, the second time it's lightning. Yeah. My grandfather said, I'm not going to tell you stuff over and over again. I'm not going to ration with a child. I'm not going to reason with a child. We couldn't ask, well, why? We couldn't say, well, you wasn't no grumbling. It wasn't, I'm not going to do it, slamming no door. Barney Porter wasn't having it. Mary Porter wasn't going to have it. And Skip, you couldn't get sassy and flip out your mouth, because my grandma get close to you and she'll slap you in your mouth. She had to tell me and my brother all the time. She said, boys, wherever y'all show out, you'll get woe out. So if you're in the grocery store, you in church. But Skip, you can't do that now.
Hey, I got raised with switches, belts, and sometimes I got just flat out hit in the face.
Yes.
But it won't fly today.
No.
Again, enlightened community that we live in now. Right? Enlightened world.
You know what made me... Yeah, I didn't get a bunch of them, but sometimes I got smart and my grandmother had to do what she had to do. But you know what? And a lot of people in the black community understand what I'm talking about. You know what got me upset, Skip? Is that I would have uncles and aunts that come over, or some of my grandmother friends would come over, and the first thing out of her mouth, I had to tear that boy tail up this week. Why you got to tell that? You proud of that, Granny? I was like Adrian.
Was that operating here?
Yeah, bro, you proud of that?
Okay. All right. So he clearly has not really changed his approach. No. Although he did also say that he uses timeouts and what he calls wall squats, which I don't know wall squats, but I guess it's a form of discipline.
Man, Mary Porter had time up. It wasn't no time out.
Okay. But to your point, you're riding high, your team's in first place, and this interview didn't happen yesterday. It probably happened like 10 days ago, maybe. After the previous Sunday's game.
And I think his agent also said that the reporter violated Adrian's trust.
Oh,
and I guess he was.
Okay, I didn't know that. Yeah.
I guess he told him things in confidence. Right. Okay. Not, but I didn't know.
You talking to a reporter. I mean, how clear? That's just dumb.
It's dumb, and you can't do it. You can't threaten what you have, because of all the players I know who don't want to give this up, this guy's going to go as long as he can go. So why would you threaten it by putting your pride on the line to publicly acknowledge, I still use a belt?
I still. Okay. I don't get it, but like I said, he feels that this is the only way that he can get through to his kids is by doing the discipline this way. I just, given what he's been through, Skip.
Well,
I mean, it's almost like I get a DUI and somebody asks, I still drive drunk. Why would I say that publicly, Skip? After what I've gone through. Why would you admit that, what you do? Why would you admit that? Because these people going to come knock on your door now. That's just the way it works. Guess what? If I were to go out here and say, on this show, 2 or 3 times, I don't pay no taxes. I don't pay no taxes. Guess what's going to happen, Skip? I'm going to get a knock on my door. You just didn't. So.
Well, Adrian's also going to get a knock on his door from the commissioner of the National Football League. That's going to happen before Child Services, because they're going to want to know, because the image is everything to this league. And after he got suspended for 15 games, are they going to have to take some action here?
Yeah,
I just don't get it, AP.
It's just the beginning. We'll be following the story, and it will need to be investigated. I think that's where we're at. We're going to switch gears to more drama, more developments between Kevin Durant and Draymond. This story is heating up. We'll discuss next.
Good for you.